Well, well, well. So, we have finally reached the week that we have been waiting on. The Dallas Cowboys are back in Cali. And so this is the beginning of what we are hoping is going to be a very successful season. So today we're going to be talking about a lot of the things that maybe people are expecting in Oxnard, California. We're going to be looking at the players showing back up in Oxnard, California. But nevertheless, I am excited about the Cowboys because this means we are now getting back to some real football. It's just not a lot to say. All I can tell you is the Cowboys are back in Cali. Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Yep, it's about time. Do y'all know time is actually flying? We are about to be in August. And in September, we're going to be having some real football. The Cowboys have touched down in Oxnard, California, and I think we'll be seeing them on Wednesday. Let's go. Let's get it. Welcome, 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 Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And as you come into this live stream, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video or go live. And yes, we are live. And if you haven't become a channel member subscriber yet, what are you waiting on? We have a lot of great content coming up this season. Now let's talk facts. Today, it's not really a lot to talk about yet, but starting Wednesday and all the way until next year, we're going to have a whole lot to talk about as it applies to the Dallas Cowboys. Today, our show, I didn't get a chance to talk about it this past weekend. Come on, Tony. Tony, oh no, is in the news. Not only are we going to talk about Tony, oh no, Coach Grier? Dare I say Coach Grier? Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Then we're going to listen to a little bit of ESPN talking about the Dallas Cowboys' hope. Make sure we skip over everything Chris Canty. He don't want nobody talking about him. But nevertheless, ESPN again hyping up the Cowboys. Then we're going to look at a short video from Law Nation, and we're going to talk about one of the most important players for the Cowboys defense this year. Is Daron Bland all the way back? Then we're going to talk about Cowboys in Cali. Yeah, Cowboys in Cali, y'all. Oxnard, California camp preview, 105.3 preview, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the camp overview. So that's going to be it. And then, like I said, Wednesday, man, it'll be full speed ahead. Dallas Cowboys season will be officially on the way. So that's our topics for the day. Let's get this roll call in and let's get this show going. Yeah. Let's see who is in the building. Big Moss Dog first in the building. What is going on, Big Moss Dog? What's going on, Hondo? What's going on, Hondo Demery? What's going on? Renan Zanquini, what is up? Dax Strescott is in the building. Lord Nova, what's going on? Paul Lander, good to see you. In Florida on vacation, yes sir. Appreciate you checking in. Lynn from the 903. Dax Strescott says, welcome to Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Come in, hit the like button. Let your opinion be heard, and also keep the chat clean. Appreciate you as always, Strescott. What's going on, Tinchon? Larry Stroud is in the building. What up, Larry Stroud? Gwen Bowden, happy Monday. Hope all is well. Wade Graham, what is going on? Everett is in the building. What's up, Everett? Jeremy. What up, Jeremy Betts? Good to see you. I am him. What is going on? Jerome Miller. What's up, Jerome Miller? Braves Cowboys. Yeah, man, I'm excited, man. I'm with you. We are going to get some real football. A lot of good stuff coming up for the Cowboys, I believe. Timothy Johnson, what's up? Demetrius Noel. Steven Gibson, what is going on? Gene Ward, what is going on, Gene Ward? Bulky Cowboys Celtics, what is going on? Hail Mary, what is going on? Good to see you. Gregory Davis, what up, Gregory Davis? Lord Nova, yes, Cowboys football is here. Randall Crawl, what is going on? Marcus Moncherio, what's going on? Deion Jefferson, hope everybody had a great weekend. Carl Williams, what is going on? What's up? Tyler Mom, what's going on? Good to see you. Lucky Fullwood, what is going on? More Eddies in the building. What up? Cowboy Mike, what's up? Gregory Hicks, what it do? David Johnson is in the building. What's going on? Robert Dudley is in the building. What is going on? All right, Wade Graham. Thomas G, what up, Thomas G? Jeremy Betts, we're going to talk about him in just a moment. Wade Graham said headed to Cali. Gabe Robinson, what is going on? Jason Turner in the building. What's going on? What's going on? One MA car lover. Joe Trenchina, what's going on? Cedric Brown, what up? Yeah, defense should be way better. Freddie Morales, El Truco in the building. What is going on? Anthony Keys, what is going on? Michael Hilliard, Lucas Martin. We about to get this show going. Appreciate y'all rocking with me today. What up, Rico Jones? What up? What up, Andre Kirkendorf? What up? Good to see you. All right. Let's get this show started, man. I am so excited. The Cowboys have touched down in Oxnard, California. I'm going to show you some photos on that in just a moment. But let's get to our first story of the day, which y'all have already heard this. What's up, Jabril Quinn, Roy Willie, Cute Mallory? Y'all already heard this story.
Yeah! Here we go!
What in the world is going on with Tony Romo? Tony. Come on, Tony. Tony, you know better than this. Tony, man, let me tell y'all about Tony Romo. Tony Romo, what is happening over at CBS? I'm telling y'all right now, what is happening with Tony Romo over at CBS is the epitome of what he was in Dallas. Tony Romo is an extremely talented individual. I keep saying it, people don't understand. Tony Romo is insanely talented. He was insanely talented as a quarterback, insanely talented as a basketball player, insanely talented as a golfer. Jack of many trades, master of none. When Tony Romo played football, he couldn't totally focus on football because he was focused on golf at the same time. And I really wonder if some of those things kind of held Tony Romo back. Tony Romo, never quite the leader that Tony Romo needed to be, but he was immensely talented. Well, we remember when Tony Romo left the Dallas Cowboys, or basically, he got injured. Dak Prescott got his position, and he never got the position back. Well, just recently, Tony Romo was arrested. Breaking news. And it's not breaking news anymore, but it was this past weekend. Tony Romo was arrested overnight in Milwaukee on suspicion of operating a vehicle while under the influence. According to reports, Romo was pulled over at approximately 8 p.m. yesterday. Authorities say he performed poorly on standard field sobriety tests before being taken into custody and arrested. Come on, Tony. Come on, Tony Romo. You got to do better than this. Now, the reason why I'm saying this about Tony Romo, this isn't condemning Tony Romo. What I'm telling you is, though, is that Tony Romo sometimes really lacks focus. There was a lot of complaining. I don't know if y'all remember this. I think it was just last year, man. People were complaining about Tony Romo. That first 2 seasons with Tony Romo with CBS, Tony Romo was guessing the plays before the plays even got called. Tony Romo was that close to the game. He was that smart. Skip to 2 years after, though. People were complaining about Tony Romo, talking about Tony Romo, lack of preparation. Tony Romo saying crazy things in the booth. And I'm telling us that this is the same Tony Romo that was in Dallas. What do I mean by that? Jack of many trades, master of none. Now he's went over to the booth, where he was once really focused on what he was doing in the booth. Tony Romo isn't totally committed to that job like people who do that job who haven't played sports, or they're ex-sports players and they're really committed to that job. You think about Troy Aikman. What do you hear about Troy Aikman doing outside of broadcasting? And even now, we're hearing about Troy Aikman. What is he doing? He's working for the Miami Dolphins, working on football. Tony Romo, what are we starting to hear? We started to hear he wasn't really focused on what he was doing in the booth. People were complaining about his commentating of the games. They were even saying he was getting plays wrong. And definitely people were talking about how he props up Josh Allen. You don't watch Tony Romo commentate a Buffalo Bills game. If you like Josh Allen, you'll hate Josh Allen after you hear Tony Romo. You'll hate Josh Allen after you hear Tony Romo talk about him. Same way Chris Collinsworth talks about Patrick Mahomes. Tony Romo will make you hate Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. But a lot of people have been complaining about the way Tony Romo had been commentating. And I'm just telling you, man, this is another issue of Tony Romo. Not condemning the man to hell. All I'm just telling you is Tony Romo is an immensely talented individual who just doesn't seem to focus on whatever his main task is. There is no way that you should be someone on television and you should be having stuff like this go on in your life. Now, we're going to see what happens to Tony Romo, what CBS does. I'll be very interested to see what they do. But this is Tony Romo. It was all over the news. Just embarrassing.
Our newsroom, and that is that Tony Romo, of course, this is the former quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, has been arrested.
This is the part you hate to hear, but thankfully, he's no longer a Dallas Cowboy. Yeah. He's no longer a Dallas Cowboy. But of course, the story got some attention because he's an ex-Dallas Cowboy. But again, this is that issue with Tony Romo. Tony Romo, I'm telling you, immensely talented. Just doesn't seem to totally focus on whatever it is he's doing at whatever his job is. It's like he's just not ever totally laser focused the way that you want him to be. And being a television personality, Tony, you can't do stuff like this. It's just dumb. Especially when people are already complaining about you over there at people are already complaining about you. CBS has already had to talk to Tony Romo at least twice. You don't want to be doing this type of dumb stuff. You don't. It's just pure dumbness on the part of Tony Romo. Demetrius Noel, this is a great point. I guess an Uber was too expensive. Yeah. Bro, let me tell you something. I'm just telling you about me. If I'm rich, I promise you I'm not driving anywhere. I'm not driving anywhere. If I know I don't drink anyway. I don't drink. But let's just say I did for the sake of argument. If I did drink and I'm rich, bro, I'm not driving nowhere. I'm sorry. I'm not driving anywhere, man. I'm not driving anywhere. Mark Vasquez says, call an Uber, Romo. Yeah. With all that money, you don't need to be driving intoxicated. Let me tell you something. While this is a mistake, let's think about this. Man, if there is any message that I could give somebody, don't you ever in your life drive even with what some people call, I'm not drunk, but a buzz. Man, don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive. And Jeremy Betts, I get what you're saying. Jeremy said, he said, we all make dumb mistakes. He said, none of us are perfect in any life. We get that part. I got arrested a couple of years ago on an aggravated assault. It happens, though. He do dumb things, but some of us do, too. And my issue is, though, Jeremy, and I agree with what you're saying, but my issue with Tony Romo, Jeremy Betts, Tony Romo ain't you and me. He's not you and I, Jeremy Betts. You and I may be making six-figure salaries and on the low end of six figures. Tony Romo is what, a 9-figure man? It ain't the same. It ain't the same. Tony Romo should not be driving drunk. It is dangerous. There are so many people that get killed every single day on the road because somebody drove drunk. These are not small. While it may be small, it's not small. And not just because it's Tony Romo. He could have killed somebody. And I'm always perturbed by people who say, oh, I only had one drink, man. I wasn't even drunk. Sometimes when you're driving, it takes a split-second decision. You need to make a split-second decision. While you may say you're not drunk, you may be inebriated just enough that you can't make that split-second decision. And you change somebody else's life and you change your life by killing somebody. This is insane to me. Tony Romo, of all people, with the money that you make, what's at stake as far as your family goes, even your job, man, you gotta be smarter than this. You have got to be smarter than this. Man, get you an Uber. I'm not driving no. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. If I was rich, I'm just telling you, there'd be very few places. If I'm not driving around town, I got news for you. I'm not driving myself nowhere. Nah, bro. No. I'm going to have me a driver. Blake Strange, yeah, no common sense. And again, man, Tony Romo, this is just the kind of stuff. Just the kind of stuff. Tony Romo, how it was like Tony Romo was always missing that little something. And again, you may be wondering, like, why are you relating this to football? Because they're doing a lot of complaining about Tony Romo. I don't know if y'all know this. There are a lot of people that have been complaining about Tony Romo in his broadcasting job. And then he goes and does this. Man, I'm just going to tell Tony, if I could talk to Tony Romo, bro, you're going to slow down, bro. If this is what if you're going to be broadcasting, just understand, bro, you got to really keep yourself out of these kinds of spotlights. Because, man, you can lose that job in an instant. Especially with ESPN laying off people. Man, there might be somebody more attractive than you. And they say, hey, okay, you know what? We'll just bring in somebody else, Tony. This is crazy.
Here in Milwaukee for an OWI, his first offense here. We're told he was arrested on I-43. And this was actually last night. He was booked at about 9:47 p.m. He has since been released. But again, certainly a story we're going to work to continue to follow and get you the latest details. Tony Romo himself from Burlington, Wisconsin. And again, this is his mugshot that we have gotten. We know it is for an OWI that he was arrested, his first of that kind of offense. But again, just into our newsroom, we're taking a look at his mugshot. So this is the former NFL star, that former quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, arrested for an OWI. We're told again he was driving on I-43 right here in Milwaukee yesterday, booked after 9 p.m. And I believe he was actually in town for a golf tournament. So still working to confirm a lot of details here, but wanted to let you guys know as soon as we had this confirmed that we can tell you now Tony Romo has been arrested for an OWI here in Milwaukee. Again, he was booked into the jail last night. He has since been released, but certainly a story we'll continue to follow for you all afternoon long.
Isn't it amazing? What did I tell you about Tony Romo when he played football? Always playing golf. What did they say he was in town for? A golf tournament. I'm telling you about Tony Romo, man. I'm telling you about Tony Romo. Master of many things. A jack of, what do they call it? He's a jack of many trades. I won't say all trades. Jack of many trades, immensely talented. But guess what? Master of none. Master of none. I don't know about y'all if y'all are married or not. Boy, I could imagine coming home. Boy, being married, coming home. And man, your wife saw you on the news and you called her and told her you got arrested for something stupid. And see, you got to be careful. See, when you're out there playing golf, I don't play golf. I want to take it up. Now, some of y'all who play golf, y'all already know this. Guys drink on the golf course. Yeah, they drink on the golf course. Going to play golf is just like going to a party. You probably shouldn't drive there. I'm serious. And if you're going for a golf tournament, let's say you play in the tournament. When you get out of the tournament, guess what? You're probably going to drink with the guys and the girls. It would behoove you to have yourself a driver. Bottom line. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Jacob said based on that mugshot he did that. Boy, hey, Jacob Jackson, he also got that look too, like, man, wait till my wife find. Man, wait till I get home. My wife go kill me, man. Michael Hilliard says clearly he has a drinking problem. I'm telling us, man, Tony Romo, just a lack of awareness. Yeah, Gregory, man, anybody who knows that when you play golf, man, these guys drink. If they're not in a tournament, guys drink on the course. They having fun. After the golf game, guys drink. Man, Get you a driver, bro. You got too much doggone money. Too much money. Robert Dudley said, this is why I stopped drinking. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, man. Bernard said Tony had a beer at the he had a beer at the precinct. Boy, it's crazy, man. Fred said, he said, we're going to condemn Romo. No, we're not condemning Romo. We're not condemning Romo. But I'm telling you, Freddie, Romo's not a kid. Romo's not a kid. Romo is old. Well, he's not older than me, but Romo's not a kid. Romo is a multi-millionaire. Saying that somebody did something wrong is not condemning him. I've already said we're not condemning Tony Romo. I said that from the beginning. But Tony Romo is irresponsible. Anybody, it's not just Tony Romo, anybody that drives drunk, they're irresponsible. You're not the only one on the road. I don't know who the other people are was talking about giving them a pass. I'll never give anybody a pass for driving under the influence of any kind. I have seen people get killed because somebody decided, I'm not that drunk. I'm not drunk. I'm tipsy. I've only had one. And they kill people. I'm not condemning Tony Romo, but what I am telling us is, this is serious. This can't be blown off as in, it can't be blown off as in he just made a mistake. Let me tell you something. Driving drunk is one of the worst mistakes. It's not small. It's one of the worst mistakes you can make. Man, Tony Romo got to be smarter than this. This man makes too, and I know wisdom don't come with money, but come on, Tony Romo. Come on. But again, you just tie this all back into Tony Romo. Just tie it all back into Tony Romo. What you're seeing with Tony Romo at CBS, I'm telling you, this is the very reason why he lost his job to Dak Prescott. It's the very reason why. It's the very reason why Dak Prescott beat this man out. Leadership. Bottom line. Leadership. It's why when Tony Romo got healthy, the Cowboys said thanks, but no thanks. I'm not telling you it's because of him drinking. What I'm telling you is Tony Romo, he is a jack of many trades, master of none. He never seems to focus on one thing. He's always focused on many things because he's so immensely talented. But you got to hone in on whatever it is you're doing and be the best at what you're doing. Tony Romo doesn't do that. Tony Romo, rather than trying to be the best commentator that he can be, Tony Romo is still trying to make golf tournaments. I'm sorry, if I was Tony Romo and I wanted to play golf that bad, man, forget being a commentator. I'm just going to play golf. That's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do. Just play golf. Stephen Gibson, you better say it. He didn't get the memo from Tiger Woods. Yeah. People think that you get a lot of people that get in these accidents and they think, oh man, I'm not even drunk, man. I just had a few, or I just had one. No big deal. And totally change somebody's life. It's crazy. Just totally irresponsible by Tony Romo. Just totally irresponsible. But again, I'm just telling you, man, this is kind of what Tony Romo is. Star Guardian X, he says, don't turn into Mark Sanchez, Tony. Exactly, bro. Yeah. Hillard said he believes he has a problem. He said, you probably have a problem a long time. He said, that's probably why everything is going down. Tony got to be smarter than this, man. But I'm telling y'all might not have been following what's going on with Tony Romo. Man, let me tell you. They've been killing Tony Romo. There were people calling for Tony Romo's job over there at CBS. Don't give these people a reason in this economy, Tony Romo. I like Tony Romo. Man, Tony, don't give people an excuse, man. Don't give people an excuse. We live in a different climate right now. Don't give people an excuse. Broaddus said he was out here driving that cursing. What up, Poobie D? Said Romo on that yak. Robert Dudley said his wife probably not happy. Robert Dudley, shoot. Could you imagine coming home? Could you imagine coming home after this? Boy. Oh, wee. Boy. Ain't no way. Dudley, you know what I'm talking about then. If you're a golfer, man, they drink out on the golf course, man. Nah, I'm telling you, I have to get me a driver, man. Bernard said, got to treat them keys like lit charcoal if you got oil in you. Yes, sir. Scott, I like it. He said, get your wife to pick you up at the 19th hole. Yes, sir. Man, Tony irresponsible, bro. Tony irresponsible. If anything, I'm pretty sure he's already had this talk. But Tony got to realize, man, you can't do that stuff. That's dangerous, man. Vasquez said he stopped drinking in 2023. He said, I was given 6 months to live if I hadn't received a kidney. Hey, man, glory be to God. Yes, sir. Glory be to God, bro. And I'm going to tell you something, Mark Vasquez. I lost my mom to drinking. I absolutely did. I lost my mom to drinking. My mom literally drank herself to death. My mom's liver was so bad, by the time they figured it out, she couldn't even get a liver transplant. Telling you, man, it's dangerous. It's dangerous stuff all the way around. All the way around. And so, man, I'm telling you, Tony Romo, Tony got to do better than that, man. He got to do better than that, for sure. Got to do better than that. Yeah, Quinn. If you're going to drink, man, stay home. I don't condone drinking, but hey, if you're going to do it, stay home. And if you go somewhere and I say stay home, Quinn. But if you are a multi-millionaire, man, before you take a sip, understand what you got at stake. A family, somebody else's life, and a career. Bro, get you a driver, bro. Get you a driver. Oh, my gosh. Come on, Tony. Gotta do better than that, Tony Romo. But again, no condemnation of Tony Romo. Tony just got to do better than that. Bro, you're a 9-figure man. I don't understand, folks. If I'm making $100 million plus, I'm sorry, but I'm protecting it like Fort Knox, man. I'm protecting it like Fort Knox. Shoot. Not risking my career, not risking my family, somebody else's life. Not doing it. And you mess around and hit somebody and they live, you won't be a 9-figure person anymore. You won't be 9 figures. I promise you. They'll take you for everything they can. Got to be smart, Tony. And never take a moment for granted, people. Never take a moment for granted. When it comes to driving on that road drunk, don't you ever take a moment for granted and say it's not that big of a deal. It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. Shoot, Jabril Quinn, hey, you're right. It don't matter much if you're rich or poor. Stupid is stupid. You're right. And like I said earlier, wisdom don't come with money, unfortunately. Yes, sir, Marcus Moncherio, another great point. Got to get out of this mindset that holding people accountable is condemning or degrading. Yes, sir. Shoot. Dude, better stop that stuff, man. I wonder what they're going to do over at CBS. I hadn't heard anything, but that's the whole story on Tony Romo. All right, let's move over to another story. This is a feel-good story in a sense.
Yes! Here we go!
Will Grier. And I'll be honest with y'all. I'm sure this surprised nobody. I'm sure this surprised nobody. Dak Prescott absolutely loves Will Grier. And I'm sure Brian Schottenheimer likes Will Grier too. The Cowboys like Will Grier. Well, Will Grier now is a coach of the Dallas, or one of the coaches of the Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to Will Grier. Will Grier is a coach of, and I'm going to tell you something, man. Will Grier is an example of the NFL stands for not for long. Let me tell y'all something, man. I don't know if anybody watched Will Grier play, but Will Grier, when we've watched him a few times in the preseason, Will Grier can play quarterback. It just goes to show you how this league is so talented, but it's also based on do you get an opportunity? And I truly believe Will Grier is just a guy who didn't get a great opportunity. And because he didn't get a great opportunity, didn't get an opportunity to show what he is, Will Grier, they say those who can't, they coach. And so since he couldn't get an opportunity, now he's coaching. Now he's coaching. Will Grier is a coach, one of the coaches of the Dallas Cowboys. And I think it's a good hire. Says former NFL quarterback Will Grier, who recently retired as a player, has decided to join the coaching ranks. Grier has joined the Cowboys staff as an offensive assistant and will begin his duties with the team next week with the start of training camp. Grier, 31. He's only 31. Goes to show you, man. And I'm telling y'all, Will Grier could play this game. He just didn't get a lot of opportunities. Excuse me. It says Grier, 31, spent the offseason with the Panthers in an attempt to make the roster, but decided to retire. Now he will reunite with Brian Schottenheimer and Dak Prescott to help the offense try to duplicate another stellar season. Yeah. Roy Bell said he gave it his all. And I'm going to tell you something. Miss Matrix is in the building. I mean, that isn't what I was going to tell you. But Miss Matrix is in the building. Miss Matrix, you're right. Jerry takes care of his guys. Jerry takes care of his guys. Jeremy says they want him in the building however they can. He can't stay in the game and be a coach and a teacher. Yeah. Hey, Bernard Fields, it's all about timing. You're right, bro. It's all about timing. And so now he's going to get the opportunity of a lifetime being with the Dallas Cowboys. He could parlay this. And let me tell you something. Will Grier, he's an ex-quarterback. I will not be surprised. Will Grier, offensive coordinator for somebody in the future. I'm telling you, Will Grier knows how to play quarterback. And I'm going to tell you, too, I think when he went to the Carolina Panthers, he just probably didn't have the will to compete anymore. Just probably didn't have the will, man. He's 31 years old. He probably looked at, what am I going to be at best? Third string, maybe second, but maybe third string. Man, might as well take this job with the Cowboys. Shoot, like Tupac, bro, I ain't mad at you. Says as a player, Grier has been in the league since 2019. Says when he was drafted by Carolina in the 3rd round. Over the last 7 seasons, Grier had 2 different stints with the Cowboys, playing mostly in the preseason and spending time on the practice squad. Grier, a collegiate standout at West Virginia, has also spent time with the Bengals, Patriots, Chargers, and Eagles, along with the Panthers and the Cowboys. I'm going to tell you something. Will Grier, and y'all might not agree, but last season, the Cowboys didn't give Will Grier the opportunity to compete. They didn't give Will Grier the opportunity. They're giving Sam Howell. And that also, another year, I can't remember the year, that, what's his name? our ex-backup quarterback. What was his name? Our ex-backup quarterback. Coop was. I'm so mad. His name. His name slips my mind right now, but I can't believe I actually. Cooper Rush. I'm telling y'all right now. Will Grier actually beat Cooper Rush out one of those years. And they gave Cooper Rush the job. I think Will Grier beat him out that one year. I believe he beat him. But they let Cooper Rush be the backup quarterback anyway. But Grier beat him. Grier just never really got that opportunity with the Cowboys to be the backup quarterback. I believe he beat Rush that one year. I do. Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah, y'all a little bit behind me. Yeah, I got it. Cooper Rush. I think y'all. But he beat him. He beat Cooper Rush that one season. Y'all remember he beat him that season? And is that Will Grier I'm thinking about? Will Grier, Dak Prescott called the game. And Will Grier, if I'm not mistaken, Will Grier was almost perfect in that game. Isn't he the quarterback that I'm thinking about? And they let Cooper Rush start that year. Let me see here. Let's see if that was, was that Will? Let's see if this is, okay, is that DiNucci I'm thinking about? I thought it was Will Grier. Yeah, I thought it was Will Grier. So that was Ben DiNucci. Okay, I get them mixed up sometimes. I thought it was, okay. Thought it was Will Grier. Okay, that was Ben DiNucci that year, right? All right, let me see. Phil Dog, he's pushing back. He said he had multiple chances. He like Kellen Moore. He know, but he can't do. Amber Soprano said, I'll take Grier over Mixon. Man. Okay, so that was Ben DiNucci. What's going on, Trey? Okay, you said in Will Grier's rookie season, Dak Prescott was calling his plays. Okay, I thought that was Will Grier. Yeah, I thought that was Will Grier. And Will Grier beat Cooper Rush. Cowboys let Cooper Rush be the quarterback. But I think he beat Cooper Rush out that year. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. When Dak coached that game. I think Will Grier beat Cooper Rush that year. But again, hey, timing is everything. I'm not mad at him. He's got a job with the Cowboys now. JCT Slice, he said the Cowboys will be a monster to deal with. He said we're going to be great. And you got Acho saying that Dak gets more excuses than any quarterback in the NFL. Tired of him. We still have 4. Yeah, man, Acho, man, I don't even listen to Acho, man. Acho out here, man, Acho does everything for clicks and likes. He's got to be one of the most disingenuous people in sports media right now. Acho is so fake, man. There is no doubt about it. Just so fake. But again, Will Grier, he's a coach for the Cowboys now. Not mad at it. Oddball JC, you thought the same thing? I thought he beat Cooper Rush out that year. I was shocked when they gave Cooper Rush the job. Yeah, I was shocked that year. Okay, Stephen White, you said Rush was better upstairs. Okay. But I think he beat him that year, though. I'm with you, Oddball JC. I think he beat him that year. But again, Tony Jones said it was Will and still baffled on how Rush got second. I was too. You must have had some pictures of somebody. That's all I can figure. But again, nevertheless, Cowboys Nation, Will Grier. I think this will help Dak Prescott. I think he really likes Will Grier. This is going to help Will Grier becoming, I guarantee you, Will Grier is going to help Will Grier be successful as a coach. He'll be an offensive coordinator somewhere before it's all said and done. So this is the beginning of Will Grier's coaching career. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. Man, Eric, folks, let me tell you something. I don't understand why anybody would hire Shady McCoy. That man, you right, he worse. Yeah, he worse than and the thing with Shady McCoy, Emmanuel Acho, what makes him so bad is that he know better. When he want to talk right, he will. But Shady McCoy, that man don't talk nothing good. Even when I hear him talk about other teams, he talks nothing good about football. I couldn't listen to him if you paid me to. I just couldn't do it. Robert Dudley said being fake in the football world will last long for most. It does. If they, because you see what happened to Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is on TV now because he's more of an entertainer. But people don't well, I ain't gonna say people don't realize. Some people might not realize it. Stephen A. Smith is very smart. Came up as a journalist. He knows what it means to be a beat writer, working at a newspaper. I mean, he's really smart. But Stephen A. Smith has given away to all of the clown show stuff now. And I'm telling you, he's way better on the Stephen A. Smith show than he is on ESPN. Way better on Stephen A. Smith show. Bernard Field said Grier might have a bag. He seems like he would be a good coach and have a good offensive mind. Yeah, and I think Dak wanted him too. Yeah. Yeah, Dolores, yeah, I'm telling you, I think he beat out Cooper. I think he beat out Cooper Rush. Chef Pope said Will and Dak have a good relationship with each other. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Dak had something to do with this. Just another piece that'll help Dak Prescott. I think it's just another piece. All right, let's get to the next part.
Yes! Here we go!
So ESPN, they continue to hype up the Dallas Cowboys. We'll have to be very careful with this. Chris Canty is unlike any media guy out there. And I know why Chris Canty does this. Chris Canty doesn't let anyone use him in fair use on YouTube. Anything with Chris Canty in it, it'll be a copyright strike. So we're going to skip right on past anything Chris Canty, which I don't understand why he does that, because if anything, people sharing you on YouTube, that helps you out. So I don't understand why Chris Canty takes that position. So we're going to move on over here to, let me see, we'll listen to Dan Orlovsky. This is Dan Orlovsky talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Let's check him out.
Contenders.
I agree. I think they're a playoff team. I really do. I think that what version of George Pickens do we get? All that stuff. But I just don't think they're in that Super Bowl class in the NFC.
Okay, so you think they're a playoff team? You think
Yes.
they're a playoff team?
Yes.
Hovering.
Hovering. You clearly think they're winning. They're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think they're the NFC East Division winner.
Okay, so who is the most important player, Dan, for them if they want to make a deep playoff run?
I'm going to say the rookie draft pick, Caleb Downs. I think the NFL overthought this. I think it's going to be similar to a Reuben Bain, that this player was a significantly better player than where he was drafted. And the reason I say Caleb Downs is this. Because the D-line's going to be much improved. We know that because of some of the pieces that they've added. We look at the safeties for Dallas last year. 72% completion percentage when quarterbacks threw at the safeties. 9.3 yards per target when they threw out the safeties. 10 touchdowns, which is almost impossible to do, and 123 passer rating. So if I was a quarterback playing against Dallas, just throw at safeties. We're going to be okay. And so I think that if Caleb Downs is, who a lot of smart football people think he is, he's not only going to improve that position, you'll see a drastic improvement with the defense. If the defense takes that big step forward, I think I'll reiterate, I think it's a really good football team that's a playoff caliber football team.
Yeah, listen.
Goodly muggly. Man, the Cowboys safeties were terrible, man. Did this man say 72% completion rate 123 quarterback rating? Oh my gosh. Man. Boy, them Cowboys, you know what? As terrible as we say these Cowboys safeties were. I'm sorry, Matt Eberflus was also the defensive coordinator. But, I'm going to pump the brakes on Caleb Downs being the most important player for the Cowboys to make a playoff run? I'm pumping the brakes on that right there. I'm pumping the brakes on that. And the reason why I'm pumping the brakes on that, when you think about the most important player, let's pull this up for a moment. He just said the most important player for the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to come back to this in a moment. Let me put a bookmark here. He says that Caleb Downs is the most important player for the Cowboys if they want to make a playoff run. I'm gonna see if I can change the way that if any of us are thinking like that. I want to see if I can change the way we're thinking. People want to boil this down to a player. I'm not going to do that. I don't think it's one player. I don't. When we talk about who is the most important player for the Cowboys to have a Super Bowl or a playoff run, it's really the whole team. It's the whole team. It's not one player. It's the whole team. Let's look at this for a moment. It's the entire team. We need CeeDee Lamb to be healthy the entire season. We need George Pickens to have a similar season like he had last year. We need Ryan Flanoy to emerge as one of the best third receivers in the game. We need Tyler Guyton to emerge into one of the best left tackles in the game. We need Terrence Steele to be what he was before the injury. We need Jake Ferguson to start eating up the seams again. We need Dak Prescott to just continue to be Dak Prescott and stay healthy. We need Jaden Blue. We need Phil Maffa to become a part of this running game. We need Michael Trigg to push this tight end room. We need so many people to do their doggone job. What are we talking about? Don't need no one player. No. We used to be the team that it was all about Michael Parsons. I don't want to be the defense that's all about Caleb Downs. No. We don't need just one player. When you look at the Cowboys defense, we need Rashawn Gary. We need Rashawn Gary to not only stop the run, we need him to be a menace in the passing game and hoping that he's going to get double-digit sacks. We need D winners. Watch this. Damarion Overshown. I'm going to tell y'all something. Caleb Downs is a rookie. And I think he's going to be successful as time goes on. Let me tell you what this defense is really needing. It needs Damarion Overshown to stay healthy the entire season. It needs Damarion Overshown to be healthy the whole season, be the Mike linebacker, and tear it up from sideline to sideline. You need Damarion Overshown. You need Ezeraku to be the pass rusher he was at BC. Oh, and this one right here. What? Daron Bland. We need the screws in this man's foot to be right. And as much as people keep talking about Caleb Downs, Jalen Thompson is a safety I got my eyes on. I believe Jalen Thompson is about to pay dividends. Jalen Thompson is the safety I got my eyes on. Kobe Durant. We need Kobe Durant to be who he was in the playoffs. Caleb Downs is going to be a big part of the success of this team. But some of these people need to pump the brakes in trying to make Caleb Downs into the savior of the defense. No, we need everybody to be successful. We need Savon Revel Jr. to be healthy. We need Devin Moore to work his way on the field. We need James Houston. We need Malachi Lawrence, Jay Sean Barham. We need all these guys, LT Overton. I dare say, I don't think it's one player. We got to get out of that one player mentality. We need all of these guys to play together as one unit, go into the playoffs, and go on a Super Bowl run. You need the entire team. I'm not buying any of this one player stuff. I'm not buying any of this one player stuff. We need all of these guys, all of them. All of them. Hey, we got to keep Dak healthy. But aside from the attrition, aside from health, I don't want to be, which one of these guys is the most important? All of them. All of them. In order for this to work the way we want it to work, we need all of them. Every single one of them. I'm not buying into the one player stuff no more. We've been here and done this way too much. Too much. Oh, yeah, we need this one player. Man, if it's one player, you ain't winning. You ain't winning. You need a team so that one player can really come in and make a difference. You need a team. I say it all the time. Michael Jordan was a dominant basketball player. But Michael Jordan didn't become dominant until Phil Jackson put a team around him. Yeah, Michael Jordan did not become dominant until they put a team around him. Bottom line, that's how you become dominant. Players become legendary. People don't realize this. The players, the Mount Rushmore players, they make Mount Rushmore, and people don't realize this. They make Mount Rushmore by being on teams. Who is Troy Aikman without the team? Who was Emmitt Smith without the team? Who was Michael Irvin without the team? Could they have been good on other teams? Yes. But would they have been 3-time, almost 4-time, 4-in-a-row Super Bowl winners without the team, including the coaching staff? No. It requires a team. And we got to get out of this mentality. We got to get out of this mentality of a player. Poobie D, you think about this. You bring up Kobe Bean Bryant. Just imagine. Kobe Bryant wanted to prove he could win a NBA championship without Shaquille O'Neal. Imagine had his ego not gotten away. And Shaq and Kobe would have kept playing together. And they just would have kept bringing in players to play around them. Kobe and Shaq could have been two of the best to ever do it. Because I'm telling you, man, these young guys, I always get in arguments with my sons about basketball. But I'm telling you, for about 3 or 4 seasons, Shaquille O'Neal was the most dominant basketball player I've ever seen in my life and on film. If Shaquille O'Neal could have shot free throws and would have really cared about basketball, I mean, really making it all basketball, keeping his health together and just basketball. Shaquille O'Neal could have been the best to ever do it. The man was an absolute monster. But all I'm saying is to say, I'm saying all that to say, in order for dominant players to be truly dominant, they need teams. They need teams. Bottom line, they need teams. And so that's why, for me, I'm not buying into this whole thing about one player. Quinn, they want to put unnecessary pressure on Downs. I agree. Unnecessary pressure. And I don't want the Cowboys to buy into this thing on Caleb Downs. No, the Cowboys are already bought in on Caleb Downs. But nowhere does anybody need to be putting the pressure on Caleb Downs that he's the savior of the Dallas Cowboys defense. No, bro. Caleb Downs, he's very humble. He's got great parents. So I know he's not going to get in this mindset. He's not going to get in this mindset of, I'm all that in a bag of chips. I'm sure Caleb Downs knows he's a part of the puzzle. You think about when you put a puzzle piece together. What is the most important piece of the puzzle? I'll let you ponder on that. What's the most important piece of the puzzle? Now, young folks today, they don't put together puzzles, but when I was young, oh man, we spent a whole day, boy, putting together a puzzle. Whole day putting together a puzzle. Whenever you're putting together a puzzle, every piece is important. There is no most important piece of a puzzle. You need the piece that completes the puzzle. It's not the most important piece of the puzzle. That don't mean that some players won't be better than other players. But if you want your top players to truly be dominant, you better make sure you have a team around them so that they can truly rise and be dominant at times when you need them to be. Because if you're trying to get them to make up for all of your shortcomings of you don't have this and you don't have that, you're not going to win. Forget it. You're not going to win. You're just not going to win like that. And so I'm excited for the Cowboys, but you know, I don't want to be putting all this on Caleb Downs. People just it's not that people shouldn't be high on Caleb Downs. Everybody should be excited for Caleb Downs. But don't make this man into the end all to be all. No, don't do it. Chef Pope said Elway didn't get a ring to Terrell Davis. We've talked about that before. Quack, quack. He said the corner is the most important piece. What's up, Will? Will said hit that like button. I agree. 385 people in here. Y'all hit that like button. Boy, Robert Dudley, you ain't never lied. That's why Dirk, number 41 off the Mavs, never wanted to go over to the Lakers with Kobe. Yeah. Yeah, Dirk a real one, bro. And Dirk, when they put the team around him, Dirk dominated. Gerald said frame set the foundation. The puzzle on the whole is extremely important. Yeah. Mark Davis, the best smelling man on YouTube. What's going on? All right. Let's see if we can listen to a little bit more of Dan Orlovsky. Dan Orlovsky, he's back in hating mode. So, but again, we'll just listen to Dan Orlovsky because the rest of them, you get the copyright strikes. Let's check out Orlovsky, what he has to say here at the end.
In a good place. He's going to have to play very good football.
So if Dak's an MVP candidate, what's their ceiling?
Oh, the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried about Dak Prescott.
Team that is remarkably, or even, I would say, equal to the Rams or Seattle. I could have the conversation about San Francisco. I think Tampa's going to be better than that.
They're going to be
You're right.
phenomenal this year.
Tampa? I think if Tampa's healthy, I think they're a legit contender.
I'll say it again. The best players don't always make the best team, but the best team always wins. I remember The Dream Team Philadelphia Eagles in 2011, Dan Orlovsky was in the league when that happened. Everybody said they were going to win the Super Bowl. Michael Vick is their quarterback. Nnamdi Asomugha, Asante Samuel, all of these Defensive Player of the Year candidates. And a team from their division won the Super Bowl and didn't win 10 games in the regular season. That was my New York Giants.
See Dan Orlovsky face? Quack, quack, you went and got that blueberry musk, boy? Quack, quack, boy, I had that blueberry. Man, hey, quack, quack, I had that blueberry musk on this past Sunday at Warship. Man, I was smelling like I stepped out of Willy Wonka chocolate factory, bro. Boy, I was smelling like I smelled like a Oompa Loompa stepping out of Willy Wonka chocolate factory, boy. Boy, if y'all have not smelt this stuff called blueberry musk, you must smell blueberry musk. Woo-wee. Man. Boy, if you like smelling good. It's a different type of scent, but I'm telling you, boy, that blueberry musk is all that in a bag of chips, boy. It's all that in a bag of chips. All right. So let's go to a clip that I got from, I saw Law Nation had posted. Man, that man Law Nation, boy, he moving up, man. That boy, Law Nation done put in that work and that time. That man moving up in the game. Law Nation be getting film and he's going places and, man, shout out to Law Nation, man. He done put in that work. Got this from his channel today, Law Nation Media. Showing us Daron Bland. Hold on a second. Let me make a couple of comments here. Mark Davis talking about that blueberry musk. Boy, hey, Mark Davis. Boy, I'm telling you, quack, quack, boy, I'm not, boy. Quack, quack, I'm telling you, bro, you smell like you stepped out of the Willy Wonka chocolate factory, boy. Shoo. Like Willy Wonka chocolate factory when you got that blueberry musk on. Smell like them blueberries. And for all you men who say, yeah, man, I don't want to smell like no blueberries, try blueberry musk. Boy, you change your mind. I bought it at the church. I bought it at the Warship with me, quack, quack. You know, I carry my bottle with me, you know, so I had to kind of recharge around, you know, by around 12 noon, I had to recharge, give me a little respray. Boy, I let my uncle smell it. Shoo. Man, I don't care what kind of man you are. You smell that blueberry musk? Man, shoo. Get that blueberry musk. You'll thank me later. I'm just telling you. Marcus Moncherio, you can get it on Amazon. It only costs $20-something. It only costs like $25. I'm telling you. Boy, this stuff, hey, and women can wear it too. It's unisex. Women can wear it too. If a woman likes smelling like blueberries, shoo. Arabiat Prestige makes it Poopy D. Yeah, Arabiat Prestige makes it, I think. Shoo. But tell him, Mark Davis. Man, shoo. Boy, stuff there. Mark Davis, I wear mine too. It's fire. G, how can I send you a bottle of some heat? Hey, I'll put my email. Shoo, man. Let me tell you, boy. Shoo, I'm telling you, quack, quack, boy. Boy, your wife love it too. Mine does too. Now, I bought mine on the Joma shop. And at the Joma shop, you can get the lotion and you can get the cologne. Shoo. Boy, be smelling like you stepped out of Willy Wonka chocolate factory, boy. I ain't playing. Shoot, Gerald Jackson, I'm trying to tell you, boy. Okay, hey, Mark Davis, appreciate you, man. Much love, appreciate you. Shoot, boy. Trying to tell you, boy. For all you men out there, I'm trying to tell you. You want to smell like you stepped out of that Willy Wonka chocolate factory, boy? You step into the room, boy, man, you got to smell the people be like, boy, what is that? I think it's blueberries. Shoot. Trying to tell y'all, boy. Yes, sir. Appreciate that super chat, the lunatic. Try to tell y'all, boy. Try to tell y'all. Anyway, back. I'm sorry, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna be dropping some colognes every now and then, man. I'm gonna put y'all up on game. Hey, I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all have not subscribed, to Mark Davis's channel, Mark Davis, throw that link down in the chat again. If y'all are into fragrances, Mark is your man. This man got so many fragrances, insane, man. So many fragrances, insane. Yeah, Chef Pope. Yeah, shout out to Law Nation, man. Man, he been putting in work, bro. Law Nation been putting in work, man. He has absolutely put in that work. He's working over there. I think he's been doing work over there at DLLS. I think I've seen him over on the Cowboys. I think I saw him on the Cowboys sports something over there. Nevertheless, yeah, Law Nation, man. I seen him. He's doing his thing, man. He's definitely doing his thing. All right, let me see here. Bazzy9 in the building. What up, Bazzy9? All right, I was trying to see what Dirk. Let me see. I was trying to find Dirk. Oh, yeah, I already said that, Queen. I think they're trying to set it up, too. Yeah, I think they're trying to set it up, too, so if the Cowboys don't succeed, they're going to have something to talk about. But, yeah, they're gonna try to have something to talk about. But I think the Cowboys going to give everybody something to talk about. All right, back to the Cowboys.
Yes! Here we go!
So I got this over here from Law Nation. Daron Bland working out in black and white. And I kind of saw something, and I don't know, maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. This is Daron Bland. Now, we're going to see what it look like on the field. This is Daron Bland working out, y'all. Check this out.
Yep. Yes, sir. Reverse that. Yes, sir. Move that. Yes, sir. Move. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, hey.
He looking good, man. I hope they get them screws right in his foot. What up, Bass? Bass in the building. What up, Bass? Oh, hold on a second. Poopa D, you said you bringing Brute back? I ain't wearing no Brute, man. I ain't wearing no Brute, bro. I ain't wearing no Brute. Let me see. Check out a fragrance called Broaddus, okay? Mark Davis, have you heard of that? Let's see, let me see. Rico Jones, boy, you already know how I do it, but I was wearing some ostrich skin shoes this past weekend. You already know how I'm doing it. Rico Jones, you already know, bro. But I didn't have them gators on. I had them ostrich skins on this week, man. Smelled like I stepped out of the Oompa Loompa, boy. Smelled like I stepped out of Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory, man. Yeah, but Daron Bland, he's moving pretty good.
Yep. Break that. Hey.
Let's look into the film. In this video, looking at Daron Bland, pant levels pretty good. Shoulder squared, in and out, open pretty well, shift pretty well. Change of direction is pretty good. Feet always moving, elbows tucked inside. I like seeing that. Overall, I'm thinking that the feet are okay. Going into the 2026 season, hey, number 26, going to stand tall with it. Now, I know that a lot of people look at the money aspect, that $92 million contract that he got. Hey, I think the Cowboys going to see Daron Bland, if remaining healthy, perform back to that elite level, ball, range, cover, skill set, ability level again. I like what I'm seeing. Good movement.
Yeah. Hey, man. Boy, hey. We're going to see, man. Like he got it, let me see. Let me check his, okay. I just had to make sure I check his shoes real quick. It's like he got on some Nikes and not Stacey Adams. Okay. I had to make sure. I had to make sure he didn't have on Stacey Adams, man. Like he got on some cleats. Like he got on some cleats. Mike said this. That's why I'm talking about his cleats. Mike said this, and I don't see Harrison across from him. Boy, Mike said this, boy. Mike said this, and he don't see Harrison. Boy, crazy. Ooh-wee. Yeah, Robert Dilley. Oh, yeah, All Nation been good for a long time, man. He OG in the game. He young, but he OG in the game. Bass said feet screws look fine to me. He moving. Yes, sir. Yeah, Bass, I was checking him out, man. He got on cleats. I don't see the Stacey Adams. Bernard Fields, boy, Mike said this, don't went crazy, boy. He said he don't see Harrison across from him. And again, the real test is one thing when guys are working out by themselves. It's another thing when they're working out with somebody going against them. So we got good news, Dallas Cowboys fans. We got good news. He's been cleared. The good news is he has been cleared for participation. He's been cleared. So I'm excited to see it. I want to see what he does in Oxnard. Bass said he got on loafers, not the cleats. He said not the loafers. Yeah, Bokey, Cowboys Celtics. He said he looks like he can fly. He bounces back. I'm excited. Jeremy said, man, I need to see it again. Oh, you talking about Daron Bland? Okay, I'll put it back up there. Pooba D said mosquitoes don't let me. Boy, I remember that brute aftershave, bro. That stuff was crazy, boy. Jeremy Betts, he said wouldn't be pushing on them feet like that if they were pitching. He said, I knew he was playing injured before Marvin Harrison Jr. broke him down on primetime TV last season, but he looks right in the field. Yeah.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Reverse that. Yes, sir. Move that. Yes, sir. Move. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, hey. Yep. Break that. Hey.
Let's look into.
Now, I'm going to tell you something about what we're watching here, too. I'm going to tell you something about what we're watching. See, this is why a lot of these players, are wanting grass. Wrong button. This is why some of these players are wanting grass. Your feet perform different on grass than it does on turf. That turf causes a lot of tension on your feet. So it's one thing to watch him work out on grass. What will he look like working out on that turf? Good thing is out here in Oxnard, California, he'll be out there on the grass. But the real test is going to come when he gets on that turf. That turf is different, man. I'm just telling us. That turf is different. Injuries, they work different on that turf. They absolutely do. So I want to see what he looks like. Yeah, Amber Soprano says they need to bring grass back. Yeah, they perform different. Those injuries, everything is different on turf versus grass. See, you got a lot of give out here on that grass. Got a lot of give. Feet get to dig in a little bit. Got you some cushion on that grass. The cleats, you think about on that turf, when those shoes lock into that turf, what starts to happen if you're not careful, if you don't have your shoes tied tight, taped up ankles, or whatever the case may be, your feet can move inside of your shoes. This is what, you think about what they were talking about, what they did for Jackson Smith and Jigba. Jackson Smith and Jigba was having a lot of foot issues. So one of the things that the training staff in Seattle did is that they gave him they gave him shoes that were too small. Now, I don't understand how they did that. They got to explain that part to me. I think they said he wears something like a size 12 shoe, and they were able to get him to a size 10 and a half? What? I don't even know how you do that. But if I was Daron Bland, that's something the Cowboys might look into. Getting him some tighter shoes. Yeah, getting him some tighter shoes. Right? Sapir said Bland gonna get that Dr. Scholl sponsorship deal by the end of the season. He gonna get it by the end of the season. Hey, I'm telling you. The true test for Daron Bland is going to be the turf. It's the turf. Yeah, it's going to be the turf. Jeremy said George know about grass, but the whole Cowboys offense slowed down. Yeah, and that's why they like the turf, because that turf gives you more speed. Lonnie said football is meant to play on grass. Yeah. Robert Dudley said grass is hard enough right now. It's dry conditions. Hey, well, imagine what that turf is. The true test is going to be when he get on that turf. Yeah. Bass said form fit and cut the corners of the cleat and lots of tape. Man, I'm going to tell you, I'm still trying to figure out how Seattle said they took this man from a 12 to about a 10 and a half. Bruh, I can't even wear shoes that are half a size too small, barely, let alone a whole size. Man, they took Jackson Smith and Jigba down a whole size and a half. I'm just like, man, them boys work some miracles. They work some miracles over there. Absolutely work some miracles. But again, Daron Bland, looking pretty good. Bass said the ancient agents used to break the foot to fit in them shoes. They're going to do something. Because, man, when you start having feet problems as a defensive back, that's not good. Booba D said curly toes. Bernard Field said feet gonna be throwing up gang size with no smaller cleats. Boy, you ain't lying, boy. You ain't lying. Blake said they trimmed his. Blake, man, how long was his toenails, man? How long was his toenails? Amber said, do you think it's been more injuries since they brought in turf? Oh, yeah. And in particular, Amber, I don't know if it's been more injuries. I think it's the type of injuries. I think it's the type of injuries is the problem. First, we already see the knees, but now we're starting to see something even more alarming. And the one that I think that is even more alarming, it's the Achilles tears. It's the Achilles tears. You're starting to see quite a few of those Achilles tears. And so, that stuff right there, when you start talking about Achilles and knees, those are career enders. Those are absolutely career enders. All right, I'm going to show you guys a few pictures. Cowboys in Cali. Cowboys are in Cali, y'all. Going back to Cali. Cali. Pooby D, you said you are into Jordans. Anybody notice the Jordans that Dak Prescott got on? Now, Dak Prescott got a deal with Jordan Brand. Dak Prescott probably got his Jordans for free. But for all of y'all who don't know it, Nike is currently having a back-to-school sale. I'm telling you, people need to pay me for some of this advertisement. Nike is currently having, Pooby D, a back-to-school sale. And they have 4 pair of really nice-looking Jordans on sale for 25% off for all of the men and women like me who like to wear Air Jordan tennis shoes. And I went and got these right here that Dak Prescott has on. They came in on Saturday. I got these joints right here. Anybody like wearing Jordan tennis shoes? I'm putting you up on game. Them joints are 25% off right now on Nike.com. I couldn't resist. I had to get me a pair. I said pair, not pair. I had to get me a pair of them. Nike.com, 25% off. Check out these Jordans. They got the Air Jordan 4 Toros, 25% off. The Jordan 1 Lows, 25% off. They got the Jordan White Metallics, 25% off. And of course, the ones that Dak Prescott have on. I got them joints. Boy, these right here. Them joints right there. Ooh-wee. 25% off. I had to do it. I had to do it. So for all y'all who want to look like Rain Dakota Prescott, here's your opportunity. But the boys are back in Cali. The boys are back in Cali. Good to see GP, George Pickens, in Cali. Meanwhile, they got CeeDee Lamb. Y'all see CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb, you know he got that money. CeeDee Lamb running around with the go-yard bags, if that's how they spell it, or how they say it. Got the go-yard, the go-yard bags, or the go-yard bags. Look like he got a man purse or something on the side there. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens in Oxnard, California. Jamarion Overshown. Overshown is in Cali. So glad that this man is healthy. He is healthy. He is absolutely healthy. Hoping he has a great camp. Coach Will Grier in the building. Yeah. Will Grier is in the building, Cowboys fans. New Dallas Cowboys coach, offensive coach. Good to see that. Let's see who else was here. All right. And let me see if I can see who this is. I don't recognize who this is. But they are in Dallas. Wait a minute. That is that's the guy with the injury. Hold on a second. What's his name? I don't know who the guy is on the left. But this is the linebacker right here, right? Hey, man, Jerry's incognito. Mike said this. All right, let me see who else we got here. Oh, is that Schoonmaker? Okay, that's Schoonmaker. Then we got Caleb Downs. I don't know who the dude is behind him, but we got Caleb Downs. Shout out to Caleb Downs, got the Jesus shirt on. Shout out. Oh, okay, is that Brevin Spanford? Okay, I was wondering who that was. Okay. Schoonmaker and Brevin Spanford. Tell you what, hey, man, Schoon better have a crazy camp, man. Schoon better have a crazy camp. That's all I'm saying. Bro, hold on a second. I just noticed something that somebody pointed out. Hold on. Let me go back. Anybody notice anything strange? And I didn't even notice this. Anybody notice something strange about Dak Prescott's attire? Didn't even notice this. Anybody notice anything strange about Dak Prescott's attire? I see you, Dak Prescott. I see what you're doing there. I see some manifestation in this picture. Anybody notice something about Dak Prescott's attire? Okay. I see you, Dak. I see you, Dak. Wait, Mike said, I said this. Mike said he got on shorts. Man, what are you talking? Come on, man. Y'all know if you got legs like that, you wearing shorts too. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Y'all see this? Yeah, there it is. Y'all see it? Yeah, it's the shirt. It's the shirt. I see what you did there, Dak Prescott. Yeah. Queen. Manifestation. Super Bowl 30. I see you, Dak Prescott. I see you. I didn't even notice the shirt, Gerald Jackson. I was too focused on them shoes down there. I'm too focused on them shoes. Jeremy Betts. Super Bowl champion shirt on. Cowboys champions. Yeah. You see it? Yep. I see you, Rain Dakota Prescott. Yes, sir. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you, bro. Claim it. Claim it. JCT Slice said Dak believes we're winning the championship. I think he believes it too. Bro, hey, man. I wonder where he got that shirt from too, Worley. I'm like you. I wonder where he got it from. Hey, I'd love to wear that shirt, man. That is a nice shirt. I also want to get one after this season with the Cowboys on that shirt. How about y'all? Yeah, I want a shirt with the Cowboys on there for Super Bowl. What is it, 61? Crazy Cowboys, I believe you. He said Dak's not going to be the same. I believe you. I think he's going to be better. Yeah. LT Wyman, he said 96 retro shirt. Boy, that's nice, boy. That's nice. Bernard said he probably got that made. Shoot, bring that joint back, man. Bring it back. Bazzy 9, boy, you ain't lying. Shoot, bring that shirt back, bro. But that's the Cowboys. They are at Oxnard, California, getting out of that Texas heat. Because, boy, it is hot in her, as Nelly said. Woo! Man, with a little bit of, I'm telling us. All right. So let me show you this. This is the Dallas Cowboys camp schedule, in case you didn't already know it. Cowboys camp schedule in Oxnard, California. I would imagine we're going to probably hear from Shotty tomorrow, I would think. No later than, I'm sure, Wednesday. I'm just wondering if we'll start hearing some interviews tomorrow, since it'll be the day before practice. So hopefully we'll get some interviews in tomorrow. Practice is going to be open on Wednesday and Thursday. Let me see what the times are on those. Courtesy of Law Nation. Open practice is at 11:45 a.m. So we're going to probably go live early on Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, we'll probably go live early. Yep, we'll be live early come Wednesday and Thursday. So we got an open practice on Wednesday and Thursday. Open practice on Monday, Tuesday. Open practice on Sunday. So we'll go live. We'll be live on Sunday, August 9th. They got an open practice on, y'all make sure y'all circle August the 11th. Rams scrimmage. It's going to tell us who we really is. Amen. August 13th and 14th, open practice, and then the preseason. Cowboys fans. Let me tell y'all something. In years past, I've not been excited to watch the preseason. I'm excited to watch the preseason this year. I'm excited. I am excited for this August the 15th preseason game, even though I know starters aren't going to be playing. This will probably be the first preseason game in a long time. I'm going to probably watch this preseason game from start to finish. I am that excited for Dallas Cowboys football this year. Start to finish, August the 15th. But the real scrimmage is going to be August the 11th against the Rams. That's the litmus test. Because we know the starters will play August the 11th, but they're not going to play August the 15th. So it'll be an open practice the 17th, and then we'll have the Saints scrimmage. We'll have the Cardinals 22nd. Man, it is football full speed ahead, man. Football is back in the building. Yeah. Football is back in the building. So I'm excited about this. So, man, great stuff coming on Wednesday and Thursday. So we'll be live streaming on Wednesday and Thursday. We'll be live streaming early, and we'll be might have a pretty long stream those 2 days. Yeah, we'll probably have a pretty long stream those 2 days. With everything that's probably going to be getting posted on X. So we're just going to be up to the moment. Timmy Solo, I think it is, and Brandy, didn't see them out there in the chat today, but I'm hoping that they're going to send me some exclusive footage this year, and we can be sharing some things as they go. Will, yep, you're right. Appreciate that super chat, bro. First time in a while, we have all 91 players reporting to camp. I am so excited for this Dallas Cowboys preseason. I have never been this excited for Cowboys preseason football. But this year, I'm excited. I'm absolutely excited, Cowboys fans. I'm excited. Yeah, Quinn, I talked about this before. I think they should have less open practices too. I really do. It looks like we're seeing 2 the first week, 3, then 3, and then we got 1. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling with the 3. I would try to keep it to 2. I would say even the weeks when you're having the scrimmages in the preseason, I'd rather you maybe do 1 there. But again, the Cowboys got a lot of stuff to get down, implement, make sure they got right. So we're going to see. Yeah, Mike said this. He said that Ram scrimmage should be good. That's the one I'm waiting on. Oh, that's the one I'm waiting on right there. Because that showed us who we were last year. So I want to know who we are this year when we play the Rams. Might be getting that Super Bowl preview. Oh, yeah, Robert Dudley. I want to beat the Rams not once but twice. I want to beat them in the regular season, and then I want to beat them in the playoffs. Yeah. Yeah, Cowboy Rob, you make a great point. Guyton needs that Myles Garrett scrimmage. Yeah, man. Yeah, we need to get all the work we can in on Guyton. And so that is the Dallas Cowboys training camp schedule. The boys are in Cali. All right, and so let's skip over here now to Mickey Spagnola. Mickey Spagnola gives the Cowboys training camp preview. Let me see. All right, let's let the ad pass on that. But Mickey Spagnola is about to give us a quick little Cowboys preview. Very excited about this, man. I'm telling you, I don't know, man. This year, I'm just so excited that we're about to see Cowboys football. And I guess it's because, you know, this year, man, we literally, you know, one of the things that we did great here on Cowboys Nation this year, all of y'all helping us out, helping me out, is we've really kept ourselves engaged with the Cowboys. Even better than we did last year. We really stayed engaged with the Cowboys this entire offseason. We've been Cowboys ever since the season finished, and just really just been just staying engaged and helping each other until we get to this point. So I'm excited about where we are. And I think this is one of the reasons why, because we've been talking so much Cowboys and just engaging so much with the Cowboys. I think that's why I'm so doggone excited, man, for Cowboys preseason football. What? Boy, I am excited for Cowboys preseason football. I really am, man. I am excited for Cowboys preseason football. All right, let me read a couple comments here. Ryan X fan said, this will be the first time in my life seeing the Dallas Cowboys have a functional team. Boy, you better say it. You better acknowledge it when you see it. Coaching, offense, and defense all on the same page, no drama. I'm also 30, by the way. Man, you better say it. Bazzy9 said, big thanks to you. Hey, big thanks to you too, Bazzy9. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. JP the Goog said, you taught us how you as our coach. Hey, man, coaching matters, bro. Coaching matters. Mason Bartlett said, can't wait to see how our defense looks. Yeah, Frank Lawrence, coaching matters. Without a scheme, it's culture, play calling, a collection of star players end up being a bunch of individuals playing hero ball. Man, I'm telling y'all, Cowboys fans, I am so excited. So excited for this coming up August, man. Robert Dudley says, stay in the light of God and the Cowboys to follow that light in the tunnels. Yes, sir. Mike said this. I'm going to keep it 100% real. I really believe the Eagles are on the decline. They got to prove me wrong, but I think they're on the decline. All right. This is Mickey Spagnola giving us a preview of the Cowboys. Let's check it out.
Hi, I'm Mickey Spagnola, one of the writers on DallasCowboys.com, presenting you a short preview.
Let me tell you something, man. Mickey Spagnola, shout out to Mickey Spagnola. Don't always agree with him. But for him to still be in the game, writing for DallasCowboys.com, wow. Shout out to him, man, because a lot of people, they're letting go of people like this. But he's still in the game. Mickey Spagnola giving us the quick preview
Of the 2026 Dallas Cowboys training camp, the 41st of my career.
Wow. Wow.
The Cowboys arrive via their American Airlines charter flight for their 19th training camp in Oxnard, California, at the River Ridge Sports Complex. And if you can believe this, their 46th camp in the state of California, having spent 27 summers training up to 101 at California Lutheran University in Thousand Oaks. The lure of the Ventura County tempered weather and the most accommodating accommodations keeps them coming back. And if the off-season workouts back at the Star in Frisco, Texas are any indication under second-year head coach Brian Schottenheimer, these will be highly competitive practice sessions with starting jobs and roster spots up for grabs after a disappointing 2025 season. finishing 7-9-1 and out of the playoffs for an unaccustomed second straight season. There will be much anticipation to get a look at the Cowboys' first three 2026 draft choices. First-round safety Caleb Downs, second first-round defensive lineman Malachi Lawrence, and third-round linebacker Jashawn Barham, every one of them in competition for a starting role. No surprise after the 2025 defensive struggles, all three defensive players. And the Cowboys are working hard from a personnel standpoint to refurbish this defense. And that starts not only with the numerous veteran free agents signed in the offseason, but the three acquisitions directly acquired thanks to last year's trade of Micah Parsons, defensive tackle Kenny Clark, defensive lineman Quinnen Williams, and having traded for a defensive edge, Rashawn Gary. Not only new defensive players, but an entirely new defensive coaching staff, starting with first-time defensive coordinator Christian Parker, and he'll be working all over the defense, helping the school every position, teaching, inspiring competition, calling in the plays. As for important camp dates, the opening ceremony on August 1st, the first padded practice August 3rd, Heroes Appreciation Day August 6th, a live practice streamed on DallasCowboys.com August 8th, traveling to the Los Angeles Rams Village in Woodland Hills August 11th for a highly anticipated workout with those highly rated Rams and catching a glimpse of their newly acquired defensive end Myles Garrett from the DFW area. And then August 18th, joint practice at River Ridge with New Orleans Saints and former Cowboys backup quarterback and offensive coordinator Kellen Moore, now the Saints head coach. The high-powered Cowboys offense nearly returns intact. Dak Prescott at quarterback, Pro Bowl wide receivers CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, running back Javonte Williams, and a seasoned offensive line. Defensively, the Cowboys are counting on a bevy of newcomers like linebacker D. Winters, safeties Jalen Thompson, and corners Kobe Bryant and P.J. Locke. Also, the return of healthy cornerbacks Daron Bland and Siobhan Revel, and for sure, linebacker DeMarvion Overshown too. Again, this promises to be a highly competitive training camp. And for further insight, make sure you grab a copy of the Cowboys 2026 Cowboys Star Training Camp Preview Magazine. Plus, to keep up with what's going on a daily basis during training camp, count on us. Just go to DallasCowboys.com for the latest up-to-the-minute news and analysis.
Wow.
Welcome, Cowboys fans, to the world of WinStar.
Wow. Did Mickey Spagnola say magazine? I didn't even know they still printed those off. I didn't even know they still printed up magazines. I didn't even know they were still doing that. He said, you go get that magazine. Caleb Downs, hey, that was a great cover shot for Caleb Downs there. Great cover shot. But again, man, just kind of looking at some of the things with the Dallas Cowboys, a lot of camp stories coming up. I'll talk about that in a moment in my own preview before we get out of here. But yeah, that was a great one by Mickey Spagnola. GOAT in the game. Amazing that he's still doing this. Amazing. So very, very excited again. I'm just telling y'all, man, I have not been this excited for preseason football. And I know a big part of this is y'all just, us as a community of football fans, just being together on this. Man, I'm so excited about this doggone preseason, man. Telling you, I am excited about this. And I'm going to tell you something. It's crazy. Have y'all noticed? We'll see. Tomorrow will probably be the first time we hear from Jerry Jones. Jura, as I call him sometimes. Jura Jones. I noticed somebody said there was a press conference tomorrow. Let me look on DallasCowboys.com, see if they got that schedule. See if we got that scheduled. We might bring in something off, not scheduled too. I see here. Brian Broaddus is over here in Oxnard, California. He just released something here about an hour ago saying his first impressions. I want to see what that is. We'll check that out. It was about an hour ago. Let's look over here on DallasCowboys.com. Let's see if they have that press conference already scheduled. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was looking at something and my mind froze just for a second. All right. Okay, I don't see anything scheduled yet, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm sure we'll probably get something from the Cowboys tomorrow. I'd be shocked if we didn't get something from the Cowboys tomorrow, and might even get something from Jerry tomorrow, because we haven't heard from Jerry in a while. I mean, just bits and pieces here and there, but we're not hearing from Jerry Jones. So I like it. I like it. Jerry, continue to let the team be the team. Let them do their thing, man. That's what I say. Let this team keep doing their thing. I absolutely like it. All right. So let's switch gears a little bit. We're going to listen to Brian Broaddus, and then we'll listen to probably Nick Harris and John Machota tomorrow if they don't have something new. Maybe we'll listen to one of the two. We won't listen to both of them. But Brian Broaddus just dropped in something new, so I want to see what Brian Broaddus is talking about here. His first observations from Oxnard, California.
We have Brian Broaddus live in Oxnard, California.
All right, let's let that little intro music get done playing.
Or maybe a soft six. What do you do?
All right, it's the C Note here in the G-Bag Nation. Eric Chiafalo, Lucius Alexander, and Brian Broaddus. You got Wolchuk and Dawson out today. Dawson will be back tomorrow, and Broaddus is wall to wall in Oxnard for
I've been
camp.
here since 6 this morning.
Have you really? You haven't left? Been there all day?
Yeah, DJ and I went and had some lunch. Went out and had some lunch.
Where'd you go?
He took me to Del Taco. Is where he
Did you try the French fries? They
Food,
apparently
you
have some of the
already
best
got
French
your menu,
fries in
bro,
the
for game
business.
one?
I noticed. No, I didn't. I didn't have the French fries. They're like they're crinkly cut fries.
Yeah.
Is what they were. And DJ is interesting. We went to Andrea's. I had a bowl of the clam chowder last night.
Nice.
DJ had the
He
fish
said
and
he
chips.
just tackled
That's
his
that
wife.
place
He's
that's
so excited.
over by our hotel, right there in the harbor, man. Our hotel. Shout out to Tim Collins for putting us in a beautiful spot. You know, you wake up and I got up this morning about 5:30 and had some stuff to do this morning, some morning shows and stuff, and so it's been a full day, but been a lot of fun. It's nice to be here, and looking forward to everybody, Heggie and
I agree with
Corey
you,
are doing
Goog.
their thing, but I'm looking forward
Jerry
to my
wants
guys
that
being
Super
out here
Bowl,
with
bro.
us too.
Yeah, man, we can't wait. We're counting down the days. The G-Bag Nation and Sean and RJ
What
will
up,
take off
Christopher
next
Lester?
Sunday and spend all of next week out there at training camp. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Couple of questions for you here as it pertains to the Cowboys,
Yeah.
Broaddus. Is your expectation that the offense is going to sort of dominate this camp?
That's a really good question. I've never heard it answered or asked that way because we've done all this June radio and July radio, and I don't think I've ever asked about one group completely dominating the other.
It's always tough because you're watching camp and you're trying to evaluate, and you love seeing one side of the ball do something great,
right?
And then you wonder, like, okay, is that
bad or is that good?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Well, no, last year, if you remember, it was the offensive. Well, excuse me, that Donovan Ezeraku and they couldn't block any of those ends. Remember, it was like Ezeraku looked like oh my gosh, he's gonna do some great things here. And then he got into the season, and there was some learning curve stuff, and and hopefully everything's back health wise for him. But I haven't thought about it in a way of like, is it a good thing if George Pickens is routing up some of your corners? Is it a good thing if CeeDee Lamb is routing up, downs? Is it a good thing if
you're not getting any pressure on Dak?
Yeah, if all of a sudden it's like if Malachi Lawrence is going against Thomas and he's getting stuffed at the line of scrimmage, is that any good? I think you have to always kind of take the good with the bad, because where this is going to be, where it's going to be, where you could tell is going to be when it's the Thursday against the Rams and it's the Thursday against the Saints.
Hold on a second. You know what? I want y'all to think back, and I think this is a really good question. And even though I agree August the 11th is the date that we're going to circle, but follow this line of thinking. We actually knew what this defense was kind of last year too. Do y'all remember how CeeDee Lamb was absolutely destroying the Dallas Cowboys secondary? CeeDee Lamb was destroying this secondary last year. I'm going to be honest with you. Even before we play the Rams, I really want to see what the intensity is of this defense. Not only do I want to see what the intensity level is, I want to see, are they defending passes? Are they able to, even if they can't tackle Dak Prescott, are we seeing where, do they have the system down? I just want to see those things. I don't want to see CeeDee Lamb like he was last year, just running all through the Cowboys secondary, just dominating. CeeDee Lamb had an incredible camp last year. George Pickens had a really good camp last year too, but CeeDee Lamb was insanely dominant. I got a feeling Pickens is going to be insanely dominant this year in camp. I want to see what this secondary does. What does Christian Parker's defense look like? Will they be battling? Because even if you're not tackling, I still want to see, can the defense stop this offense? I want to see it. Can it stop it? Can it stop this offense? I'm not talking about the tackling. I'm talking about the plays. Just can it read certain plays? Can it put this offense in tight situations to where they just can't do what they want to do? I want to see it in practice. I absolutely do. So what we see in practice will be the buildup to August the 11th. But I really want to see this system in full effect. I want to see it in full effect.
Yeah, that's the real truth serum.
That's where and there'll be some the preseason games will tell you some stuff, but the first team offense and defense will be going against the first team offense and defense of the Rams and the Saints. Yeah. And they can script the plays and all that. That's where.
Isn't it amazing though? Well, I guess though, let me take that back, because when you play against the Rams, even though you'll be going full speed, you still won't be able to tackle the quarterbacks.
Dak Prescott is going to get a lot of his work. Those two practices, I wish they'd go work against teams once a week. Find somebody to go work against the Chargers, go work against the Rams, go, wherever you have to do to kind of get a little bit of extra work. Man, you could get so much out of those days. And I'm not gonna overreact a Malachi Lawrence just flying off the corner, getting around Terrence Steele. I'm not going to overreact to that, and I'm not going to overreact to Tyler Guyton sitting down on Gary and just taking him out of the players. And I'm not going to overreact to that. I think you have to report what you see and kind of give it some hope. But those scrimmages and those preseason games when guys get opportunities, I think that's going to tell us the most stories.
You mentioned Malachi Lawrence, and this is a first-round pick as an edge rusher. Yeah. But I think thanks to Caleb Downs, he's kind of flying under the radar a little bit.
Fred Walker, what's going on, Fred Walker? Fred Walker said Pickens will not dominate because he don't think he's going to practice. Oh, he's going to practice. Oh, yeah, he's going to practice. I do agree. I think they'll protect him, but he's going to practice. He won't practice as much, but he's going to practice. I think the Cowboys have a plan, Fred Walker, and I think you make a great comment. because I'd already mentioned this before, but I think the Cowboys have a great plan for George Pickens. And the reason why I think they're going to do what they're doing with Pickens, and people may not agree with this, because I believe they have a long-term plan for Pickens. They don't want Pickens hurt. This isn't about his agent. They don't want Pickens hurt. So he'll practice. He just won't practice as much. They're going to protect that investment because he will get that extension with the Cowboys. You watch what I tell you. Only way he doesn't get an extension with the Cowboys is that something happens and this offense just falls flat. Don't see it being possible. Don't see it being possible. Don't believe that it's going to happen. I absolutely do not believe that's going to happen. I believe that they're going to be better this year. George is going to get that extension here. But yeah, I still say he's going to be somewhat dominant because he will practice. But I agree. I don't think he's going to practice as much. I do agree with that the Cowboys are going to protect him. I agree with that part. Henry Hazley, been a Cowboys fan since the 70s. Yes, sir. What up, CGW? Yeah, I'm agreeing with a lot of things you guys are saying about the defense, too. I think that the defense is going to be better. I do. Yeah, this is not Eberflus's players. We got to remind ourselves, it's a whole new defense almost TX made. It's not the same personnel. So, yes, it's almost a whole new defense. Whole new defense, man. This is great. Yeah, Dudley, I'm excited, man. It's a great challenge. Yep. Mike said this. Parker will have them competing this year. I agree. I think it's true. Yeah, I think a lot of these guys are bought into. I think they bought into. Yeah, Cowboy Rob. Yeah, that's why I know he's going to practice because he's already told James Slater he wasn't going to hold in at all. He's going to be a full participant in practice. Yeah, he's going to practice. No doubt about it. Quinn said, I think Pickens is going to want to practice. Yeah, he's going to practice. I think they'll hold him out of a few things, but I think he'll be full participant. Frank Lawrence said, G-Man, can you keep us updated on Trigg? Shoot, you boys can't wait, boy. Matter of fact, Lawrence, when I next time we see Brandy in the chat, I'm gonna tell Brandy make sure she get us some footage of Michael Trigg. No doubt about it.
He is, and that's where I'll tell you what, Eric, and we had this discussion the other day. I am so intrigued by how these coaches are going to coach these defensive players. And I'm interested to see is there going to be something different that we...
Big Boss Dog said his first words as a baby was Cowboys Nation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, CGW, we talked about this earlier before you got on. Yeah, we talked about it already. We're getting away from the most important player. Don't mean that George ain't gonna dominate, in the training camp. But and the reason why I say he's gonna dominate CGW because I think Dak's gonna be more comfortable with him this year, and I think he's gonna really make it his business to get George more involved than he did last year. But both of them are going to be great this year. I just think the Cowboys' entire offense is going to be great. Everything about it. It's going to be great.
We didn't see from Donovan Ezeraku because of these coaches. How are these guys working with these players? There's a time when you watch practice and it's individual and you're kind of just like looking off and you're just, not really paying attention to how the coaching's going on. Not me now. Not me now. I am going to be locked in on. I even brought my binoculars. If I'm gonna sit up in the stands, I'm gonna look.
Yeah, he's gonna get paid.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna stand next to drills. I want to know what these guys are telling these defensive players. I want to know because I want to be able to see with my own eyes. And you don't have to be a former scout to do this. If you're watching practice, you can watch individual drills and say, well, wait a minute now. He told them to jam, turn, explode. You could hear and you could watch the techniques. And if guys are going out there and they're not getting that done, that tells you a lot. that tells you, like, listen, our players are struggling with this. And especially if you see it day after day after day, like, man, they're not doing this right, or they're running down the middle on a pass rush, and the coaches are trying to get him to the edge, and they want him to get to a spot, and they want him to dip. If you see guys not doing it, and it could be on routes, it could be tight ends blocks, it could be idiots, but I am really, this is a training camp for a while that I've really going to focus in on how the individual drills are being taught, and seeing if the players can carry them from the classroom hotel over here behind us onto the practice field and then into some game action.
Yeah, hopefully you just see some steady improvement throughout these next couple of weeks with the defense in particular. Like if the offense comes out and they're pretty hot in the first week or so going up against this Cowboys defense, wouldn't surprise or shock anyone, but you'd love to see by the end of camp, okay, this defense made plenty of improvement. And it is a really good situation for a defense that is having to figure things out on the fly here, having to go up against Dak in this offense right now with the amount of continuity that you have on this offense is really insane.
It actually ought to be better if you want to be honest about it. It ought to be better because you know who your third wide receiver is.
Yeah.
You know, last year you really didn't know. I mean, we remember we were watching practice and we were like, oh, look what they're doing. And you brought it up. Oh, look what they're doing with Turpin. Oh, and we were getting all excited about Turpin football. What we should have been getting excited about was, wow, look at Flo. Look at Ryan Flanoy here. Look at, look at what he's doing. Now, that's where we should have been excited. But the first three wide receiver spots are lock. Now who's 4 and potentially 5 and 6, and maybe they don't carry 6, but who in that group becomes number 4 and 5? That'll tell you a lot too. Because if they figure out all of a sudden who's 4 and 5, and those guys are productive along with the top 3 guys, this offense has got a really good shot of even building on what they were able to do last year. I want to see if and we talked about how teams were playing that cloud coverage. Remember last week we were talking about the cover 2, the cover 6, 2 to one side, 4 to the other, and how they play these coverages. And the number one route that the Cowboys run was the slant. And so is there going to be an answer for teams that want to play cloud coverage on George Pickens and try and take away those in-breaking routes? Flanoy was good at the stuff. Pickens is good at the stuff. Lamb's not afraid to go inside and do it well. Is there an adjustment off that? And did they see something in the offseason that makes them say, okay, we've got to get to a different look to, if we want to run these slants, we've got to do it from a different look.
Yeah, I mean,
how we need to.
I do think the biggest thing one of the biggest things for the entire offense, but certainly as it pertains to the receiving core, how much they're willing to move Pickens around a little bit, and because that can.
Is he comfortable doing it too? Is another thing. Is he comfortable? Like, are they comfortable putting him in motion? Is he comfortable, like, when the route goes from where he starts at one point, goes across the formation, and then the route becomes a different route? Lamb is more than comfortable at doing that. I think Flanoy is comfortable at doing that. I don't know necessarily if Pickens, and that's why we see Pickens so stationary at times, with these things. So, to your point, if we see Pickens on the move in these practices, I think that's a really good sign.
All eyes, there's no question that the number one camp battle is going to be the cornerback group, right?
I don't think there's going to be a battle at the left tackle spot. I think they're pretty much married to Guyton. We'll see how.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing because, you're talking about these camp battles, and I'll talk more about this today and tomorrow as we get ready for Wednesday. But I'll be honest with you, man, and y'all have already heard me talk about this. I don't really think there's camp battles as much as people think it is. I don't think there are any camp battles. The first and the second team of this team is solidified. In order for someone to knock these second stringers off their mark, they are going to have the camps of their life because the people in front of them are great. They're incredible. What our camp is about this year is depth. It's about depth and special teams. I think there's maybe, and we'll look at it more tomorrow, and we'll glimpse at it today, but there's really not any battles on this team, regardless of what people think. They have really put together a very good team. When you look at what they've done last year, now added on to this year, there's not, what the Cowboys have created is a competitive atmosphere. But competition-wise, it's not really there as far as they're a danger of somebody's position being taken. We'll look at it in a moment. But this team is pretty much set first and second string.
It all plays. The cornerback stuff is, and I think, listen, after getting a chance to talk to Will McClay, and I know a lot of folks got to see our interview with him at Crown Global, and thank you folks for being a part of that. Appreciate you. But Will, there was a couple of spots that he was talking about, and he brought up the fact of Barham. You know, that I think there is going to be, whether it's Barham, James. I think that with Overshown, there's going to be. I don't think this is one of those that's locked in. He's the guy. I think he's got the job now. I am going to keen interest of what the rotation is going in on at the linebacker spot, at that Mike linebacker spot. But as you mentioned, the cornerback spot, is this going to be a group that?
I disagree. Overshown is locked in. Barring injury, I believe Overshown is locked in Mike linebacker. And to be honest with you, if you really think about it, he should be the Mike linebacker if he can stay healthy. Because if you think about the Mike linebacker, if I'm not mistaken, in this system, the Mike linebacker in this system doesn't have to play the pass like the others do. If I'm not mistaken, the way I heard this, that the Mike linebacker in this system is just more of a read and react linebacker. Read, react. Whether it be run or pass, read, react, get to the ball. Overshown may not be the fastest linebacker. I'm not sure who that would be. But when healthy, he's the quickest linebacker. He is the absolutely quickest linebacker on the team, the highest motor. We're going to see what Barham is. We'll see what Barham is. See if he has something to say about that. But Overshown's the guy. They're going to turn him into the guy. I believe I think he's going to be the guy. If he's not the guy, it probably will be D. Winters. It'll probably be D. Winters. But I think Overshown's locked in. Johnson said he's not really a Mike linebacker. I think if you let him tell it, he is. I believe if you let him tell it, Andre, the reason why he's not is because of the previous regime. Because Overshown told us, and I don't believe he's lying, he said the moment he met Christian Parker, Parker told him, I want you to be the Mike linebacker. I believe he's locked in.
Plays against 11 personnel. Is it going to be a nickel group that plays with two corners and a safety, or is it going to be a group that plays with three corners? That's where I think that if the corners show up, will we see that corner? Will we see somebody play more in the nickel in slot and then allow Downs to play more freed up, whether that's as a safety or down in a kind of in a linebacker role? And those are things that we've got to kind of get to.
And more than likely, that corner would be Durant sliding inside.
I think so. And listen, that's none of these corners. They've all got this tag of being a little nicked up. There's sometimes they get nicked up.
Bland, Revel.
Well, they all do.
Your new Florida.
So whoever. When we start to see practices and then Todd Archer asked a question, and by the way, if Todd's listening, thoughts and prayers with Todd. He's dealing with a little bit of an ailment that's not going to allow him to be out at camp early. So, Todd, if you're listening, thinking about you, brother, we're going to miss you here. But someone asked a question, and all of a sudden it turns into, well, this corner's going to be out today because of. None of these corners, really nobody can afford to miss any time, especially on this defense. But especially the corner group, they can't afford guys to be sitting out for any periods of time. And if you do sit out, then you're likely to be out if you're that guy.
Now, you mentioned Todd Archer, and despite the ailments, he's cranking out some good content at ESPN.com, and he mentions the Brendan Sorsby situation and saying in regards to the Cowboys, the former, I guess he was the Texas Tech quarterback for the offseason.
I would call him Cincinnati quarterback.
Yeah. He puts his name in the supplemental draft, and multiple sources said to Todd Archer that the Cowboys had high interest, even with the gambling issues that surrounded him.
I believe that. Absolutely believe that. I was talking to people in the organization. I was trying to get a handle on that, and I kind of felt like that by putting himself in the draft or talking about putting himself in the draft, that he'd already got the blessing from the National Football League, and that wasn't the case at all. And I talked to Gang of Sevens. I've talked to people in the Cowboys organization. I think there was some legitimate, hey, let's not just do our due diligence. Let's really think about this going forward.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry. I can't stand the Sorsby story. I can't stand it. It bothers me that the Cowboys would be looking at Sorsby. Sorsby has got a serious issue. He's got a serious issue. I wouldn't want to touch a player that has issues with gambling. You couldn't pay me. I understand there are mistakes. People make mistakes, and they get a second chance. But there are certain mistakes, for me, there are certain mistakes that I don't want to take that chance on my team. And Sorsby is one of those people. I'm telling you, the Brandon Sorsby thing bothers me because I would never be able to sleep with Brandon Sorsby being my quarterback. After every game, when I would go back and look at the tape, or even in the game, Brandon Sorsby as my quarterback, I would always be wondering, was that incompletion really an incompletion? Was that interception really an interception? Did he get tripped or did he purposely fall? Why didn't he step up in the pocket rather than getting sacked? Why didn't he scramble? I would never be able to sleep with a quarterback like Brandon Sorsby. No. That is one of the dude bet on football. I couldn't do it. Very, very disheartening, but it's not going to ruin how I feel about the season. I don't like the fact that they're trying to say the Cowboys had very high interest in Brandon Sorsby. I would, you know what? I'm not even going to say I would like to know how high it was. I actually don't care. I'm glad he's not playing in the NFL this year. Give this young man a year and see if he really got himself together. And even then, if I'm the Cowboys, no thank you. Let another team give him that opportunity. Let another team give him that opportunity. Stand away from that whole issue. Stand away from it. Big Mouse Dog, you said, remember he was in practice last year seeing everything and on the sideline coaching. Oh, Overshown, yeah. I want no part of Brandon Sorsby. Very disheartening that they're saying this. Quinn, I'm with you. Very untrustworthy. No way. Randall said, remember, we talking about the Cowboys. I'm just blown away by this story. Frank Lawrence said Cowboys offense need to play with discipline, cut down on the penalties and drops that kills drives, and Shotty needs to utilize his weapons better in crucial situations. I'm telling you right now, the penalties are going to be a big deal for me. I'm going to be very focused on that this year.
That would have been, you talk about a quiet, relatively quiet offseason for the Cowboys. Man, that supplemental draft would have taken place.
It would have ruined
last week.
Yeah.
And if Sorsby would have ended up a Cowboy, I mean, that would have been some.
I think there were more than just the
Yeah, that would have ruined it.
Cowboys that were interested in him. I think there was some people that had.
Now, isn't it funny? I think Brian Broaddus just made a very powerful point. There were other teams interested in Brandon Sorsby. But isn't it strange? The team that the story comes out about? Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys. Exactly. And that is the very reason why you wouldn't want Sorsby here. It's not even a story, and they made it into a story. Jeremy Best said, man, I'd be questioning everything too, G. He's shaving points. No, sir, I'm good. Man, I'm telling you, bro, every third down we don't convert. I'd be wondering, okay, did he do something right there? No, thank you.
Legitimate second-round grades on him from Cincinnati they were looking at it as an opportunity that here's a guy and he's going to sit out the whole entire year and then get back in. I've heard some whispers that the Senior Bowl is going to bring him in. So his first action in front of NFL scouts is going to be with Drew Fabianich and the fine folks down there in Mobile. Or going to have an opportunity to bring him in, let him work with the NFL coaches down there, and then build that to the process where he can go into the combine and then be compared to the other quarterbacks that had a 2026 season.
Oh man, that's going to be an interesting Senior Bowl week, interesting draft season for sure. Right here on 105.3 The Fan with the Sorsby stuff, and hopefully the Cowboys are playing deep into the postseason, no question about it.
Not interested. Not interested. Not interested in the least when it comes to Brandon Sorsby. I'm not interested. Not interested. All right. So let's look at a few things. I want to show you what I'm going to be looking at, and then we'll be getting out of here. But I want to show you some things, and I'll probably update this list. But these are some things off the top of my brain. Frank Lawrence said Brandon Sorsby confessed to being a degenerate gambler. Knowing he was risking his career, he placed 9,000 bets on football. He needs a lifetime ban. Now, Brandon Sorsby, I want to hone in on one thing you said. He was risking his career. That goes to show you how some people, they're different when it comes to gambling. They're different. I'm telling us they're different. Some folks can walk into a casino. They can put $1 in. They can put a $5 chip in there or a $5 coin in there. Lose, walk away. Some people can be on vacation, put $20 in the machine, lose, walk away, never think twice about it. And then there's those others. They'll bet their entire home in a gambling casino. And in the case of Brandon Sorsby, he is just like Esau in the Bible. Esau gave up he basically gave up his leadership for a plate of food? Really? Really? When your appetite is your belly, when you are driven by things, especially the way obviously Sorsby was driven, it's exactly like Esau. Sorsby knew that he was going to be an NFL quarterback. And you went out there and gambled Bro, you're your own worst enemy. Don't need that kind of mess in Dallas. Don't need it in Dallas. Don't need it. Poobie D. So it's funny that you said that, Poobie D. Let's go to our last segment for the day. I will expand this tomorrow, but this is kind of like my camp preview. You know, just things that I'm kind of looking forward to Cowboys. Let me kind of show you what I'm looking forward to Cowboys. This is what I'm looking for, Poobie D. It's amazing that you brought up injury-free. Because that's exactly where I am. Battle of attrition. Battle of attrition. I want to make sure that the Cowboys injury-free. Injury-free. That's what I want to see. That's the first thing I want to see. Let me run down my list real quick. All right, this is my list. I got a little list here. It's not really exhaustive or anything like that. I just kind of wrote it down on my iPad while they were talking. But what I'm looking for, it's year 2 of Brian Schottenheimer. I want to see how Brian Schottenheimer this season. I'm going to be looking for Brian Schottenheimer's command of the entire team. His command of the entire team. I just want to see what he does. I want the team to be injury-free. I'm also looking at Brian Schottenheimer's command of the offense this year. Is he going to evolve this offense? And will he be able to use all of the weapons that he has? Because, see, now Schottenheimer is entering this season different than he did last season. Schotty didn't know what George Pickens was. He knew he was talented. He didn't know what he was. Okay, now we know. Yeah, he a true number 1. We know he's versatile. But what we didn't know last year was how good Ryan Flanoy is. We entered into last season thinking that Cavonte Turpin was going to be the number 3. Well, now we know that Ryan Flanoy is the number 3, and let's put Turpin back as being the return and gadget guy. We'll still use him. He's going to be the gadget guy. So now what I want to see how Brian Schottenheimer uses CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Ryan Flanoy. You've added Michael Trigg to the stable. Can you get Michael Trigg involved in this game with all of his talent? We already know Javonte Williams had a great bounce back season. Now, what does it look like adding Jaden Blue and Phil Maffa into this mix? And I'm talking about the weapons. What kind of command of this offense will he have? What will he have? The next thing I want to know is, how will he manage Christian Parker? How is Shotty going to manage Christian Parker? Because now, unlike with Matt Eberflus was a ex-head coach. And I'm sure he probably thought he knew more than Shotty. But Shotty's going to manage him different, I would imagine. He's going to manage Christian Parker different. He's going to be more involved, more interacting with Christian Parker. So I'm going to be very interested to see, how does he manage Parker, and how does Parker manage his defense? How is Parker going to manage it? I really want to see, what does he do? Again, let's go a little bit deeper into the offense. I've already talked about it, evolution of the play calling. I'm going to look at the running back room tomorrow. I'm going to show y'all something about the running back room, because I think the two biggest question marks on the Dallas Cowboys team, it is the running back room and it's the cornerback room. I think these are the two biggest question marks. So I want to see how he's going to manage the running back room, and I'm going to show you where the Cowboys where some people are saying the Cowboys need to do this and that at the running back position. I'm going to show you when you go back and look at the Super Bowl winning teams, you're going to be surprised at what they do with their running back room. You're going to be surprised. I'm also wanting to look at, but again, we're going to look at that tomorrow. Again, tight end room. I want to see what he does with the tight end room. The tight end room on this team needs to improve. Ferguson didn't take the step that he needed to take last year. Will Michael Trigg make him make that step? Because I'm telling you, I think Michael Trigg coming in this joint to take jobs, man. And I believe if they let this man play, Dak's going to turn Michael Trigg into a household name in Dallas. We might be able to see the Cowboys do some of that stuff that the New England Patriots used to do back in the day with Gronkowski and what was his name? Gonzalez? And y'all remember how great he was before he got into the other stuff. I might have got his name wrong, but y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm gonna be looking for Tyler Guyton year 3, bottom line. Tyler Guyton year 3, bottom line. Nothing else to be said. I'm not believing any of this Nate Thomas competition. He's competing for his job. I'm not listening to none of that. Tyler Guyton year 3. That's all I need to say. Year 3. Let's go get it, Guyton. Again, I want to see how good the defense acclimates into Parker's system. Demarion Overshown. I'm telling y'all right now, this is the biggest season of Demarion Overshown's professional career. It's the biggest season of his professional career. This man has not only got to show the Cowboys he can stay healthy, he's got to show the entire league. I'm sorry. Thank you, Sober Truth. Aaron Hernandez, not Gonzalez. Aaron Hernandez. Yeah, we can do some of that Gronkowski Hernandez stuff. If we use Michael Trigg the way that we're supposed to. This is a big year for Overshown, man. This is a big year. Overshown has to show this entire league he can stay healthy. Entire league. This isn't about the Cowboys. He's got to show this entire league. You went out there and got David Mulugeta. Well, you get David Mulugeta when it's time to get paid. Well, if you telling me it's time for you to get paid, you telling me you about to tear this field up this year. So I want to see him tear it up. I'm going to be looking at the health of Donovan Ezeraku and Daron Bland. We got three players that what we're going to be looking for is health. All three of these players, health. Overshown, Bland, Ezeraku. That's what we're looking for. I also want to see how does Overshown command the defense. He will be the Mike linebacker. Book it. He's the Mike linebacker. How is he going to command this entire defense? Will he really be that leader, that commander? Will he be that player? Because it's not only about him calling plays. I want to see if he takes command of the Dallas Cowboys defense. I said it last year. He was the leader of the defense. When this man is healthy, when this man is playing, he is bar none, off the chain. I want to see if Overshown takes this next big step. I want to see what he does. I'm actually excited for him being the Mike. And the reason why I'm excited is if he don't make it, I know we got D Winters and he can be the Mike. Next thing I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for the use of the rookies on the Dallas Cowboys team. I don't think they're going to just, even if these rookies don't beat out the starters, and I don't think they are, I think they're still going to play. I think there's a plan for these rookies. They're going to be a part of this game plan the entire season. So I want to see how the Cowboys use the rookies in training camp. Definitely going to be looking forward to seeing what Caleb Downs' role is. And I think all of us are going to have our eyes on the cornerback room. It's a cornerback room that's coming back from injury. Savon Revel Jr., Daron Bland. Kalen Carson, Josh Butler. It's got a lot of questions there. A lot of questions there. But we got Kobe Durant. Even Devin Moore. Devin Moore had some shoulder issues, so we got to see what he looks like. But I'm thankful we got Kobe Durant. I believe Darion Kendrick is going to have something to say about starting on this Dallas Cowboys team. I really do. So, in the grand scheme of things, this is just my quick overview today. But that cornerback room, all eyes on that cornerback room, all eyes on that running back room. We really want to see how are they going to work in Blue, Maffa. How are they going to work him in? And we'll even see Malik Davis. I don't know. I just think the Cowboys they're not sold on Malik Davis. But again, we're going to see how all of this plays in. But this is kind of where I am. I'm pretty sure I'll update this some more tomorrow. But that's where I am. Tell you this, I am absolutely excited that we are finally going to get to see the Cowboys getting back on that football field, man. Getting back on that football field. Absolutely. Hey, Lavelle, you see I put blue. I gave him the blue ink, bro. Gave him the blue ink. We ready. Cowboys fans, you could even tell the way Brian Broaddus was talking. Even Brian Broaddus. Did y'all catch it? Even Brian Broaddus was saying, I'm going to be looking at the Cowboys different this year. Yeah, we all are. Man, we have been on it. All of us have been on it with the Cowboys this offseason. And man, we are all just so excited about the Cowboys. It's crazy. And I really think what's got us excited, Brian Schottenheimer's second season, the hiring of Christian Parker, the hiring of B.T. Jordan, the hiring of Marcus Dixon. We went and got Caleb Williams. We want to see what Quentin Williams is going to be like now being a whole offseason in Dallas. Got all these players coming off injury. They're healthy. Great draft. Great free agency. I think this has Cowboys Nation on fire right now. I know it has me on fire. I am so excited about so many things the Cowboys have done right this offseason. So excited, man. Now, I've seen everything, and I don't say everything. I've seen about 90 to 95% of everything I need to see as it applies to the Dallas Cowboys getting their culture right and all these things. Now we need to see the culture on the field. Because it's great when you create a brotherhood, but we need that brotherhood to win. And I'm pretty sure Cowboys Nation concurs. Yeah, Brian's done a great job. Now we needed to win. What good is a great culture if it ain't winning? We're not in it for therapy. We're in it for winning. We're in it for Super Bowls. Now we got to get the culture into the championship. I'm excited. Booby D, I'm telling you, I hope Devin Moore pushes Daron Bland into the best season that he's had in a long time. I'm excited, man. All right, Cowboys Nation. Hopefully we'll get a press conference tomorrow from Brian Schottenheimer. Wednesday, man, we starting early, and we probably going 4 or 5 hours. Y'all get your snacks, get your drinks, whatever the case may be. We're going to be all day Cowboys Wednesday and Thursday for those open practices. I'm letting everybody know in my life, it's all Cowboys for 2 days on Wednesday and Thursday. Man, I appreciate y'all being with me. I'll see y'all again tomorrow, if the Lord is willing. Until the next time, DC4L, God bless. Best chat on YouTube. Let's talk Cowboys and we talk facts. Peace.